What's up guys, Hades here. We are here to debate, is Hippolyta a better carry than Alex? Let's jump right into it. Huge shout out to Adzi for helping me test. We made sure that we're both boosted, we're both on neutral territory, and we're both swapped attacks and defenses on this node just to keep all the variables in check. Now, the main point of this video is to see, is Hippolyta a viable carry? So what I did was I created a moderate team. This is nothing special. There's no specialization on Theodora. My Fufei is only 2 and she's got battle excitation, which does not help me in this formation. And then of course my YSS and Hippolyta are maxed out. My Hippolyta is completely maxed out. And not just 8-8, but like I have all the crit bonuses, I have everything. I have a bunch of swaps on these builds. I did 20 plus hits. I just saved 4 good ones just to kind of get some context as to what's happening. And I picked a lot of skills that people can get. Corrosive might seem like an expensive skill, but I actually got this for logging in 1,000 days consecutively. So not all of these skills are all that hard to get. And if you use your KVK skills wisely and trash them appropriately, you can get similar stuff like this as well. Hippolyta is completely free to play. YSS just costs some gems. Theodora, you need to do a little bit of spending. And of course, Fufei has a bunch of alternatives. This can just be Zenobia, right? But I don't have Zenobia built right now. So the whole point was, can Hippolyta outperform against Alex? Now, there's a few criteria we want to meet here. Who is actually doing more damage in a more efficient manner? And we're going to look at 4 of the reports I saved. And you're going to see this. 49 million, 53 seconds. 46 million, 52 seconds. 45 million, 54 seconds. Are you seeing a pattern? Almost all of her reports are really close to the 50-second mark. This is important because I'm fighting a team that has a lot of the good stuff, but it doesn't have healing. So it's going to be consistent how fast I break it or not. And we're consistently getting these 50 seconds and a few ticked over into the 1 minute mark. Now when we look at Alex, I tried a few different builds. I tried the attack speed build, and I also tried Executioner with Blade Vortex, and they actually, weirdly enough, came up with very similar results. You're going to notice a trend here. 49 seconds, 43 million. 45 seconds, 44 million. 38 seconds, 47 million. And finally 45 and 44. Based on my 15 to 20 hits on each, it's very clear that Alex was doing more damage in less time, or equal damage in less time, meaning he was attacking faster, dealing more damage. However, I asked Adzi after we tested both, I go, which one did you think was stronger? He was making adjustments. He was trying to beat me. He's a very good player. And he said, without a doubt, Hippolyta was stronger. And that kind of surprised me. I'm like, huh. They're both 8-8. They're both extremely strong. I switched the gems over and everything. Like, I gave the exact gems from Hippolyta onto Alex. I maxed them out. They're both 30. Why does he say Hippolyta is stronger? Well, let's break it down. Alex is a pure carry. He can't be stopped. He has immunity control all the time. He has increased physical normal damage and increased damage dealt at all times, which makes him so powerful up front, throughout the mid game, the early game, and the late game. Doesn't matter. I even did demonic and Blade Vortex. It's almost exactly the same because he's slower at the start and faster at the end. But why would Hippolyta feel stronger? Here's why. In this particular instance, her energy reduction was massive, okay? Now you have to keep in mind, Hippolyta is not actually a damage carry. She only does 120 7 times, which is not very high. It's only about 1,000 total percentage. A lot of other heroes like Loki, you know, do 500 to everyone, so it's 2,000. She does almost half of what most do. But a lot of her value is in the reduction of energy when she attacks them. Now we're going to watch a report just to see exactly what's happening here, because his team relies heavily on energy. He needs his con to get his ultimate off, or he's not going to be able to attack very well. So we're going to break down this report to explain exactly why she might be a better carry. You're going to see the battle starts off a bit slow. We are running Earth Dragon instead of Fire Dragon, and the healers are going to help a lot. But I have coercive on Hippolyta. You can see here at the start, Thunder Dragon with Con going first because of Fighting Master. I'm actually losing by almost 20% here. But because I have healers, this is going to pivot in a big way very quickly. You can see the zeros on top of their heads because they all got debuffed by Con. And actually Hippolyta got a heal because she got purified. And now here comes the Hippolyta Onslaughter. Boom, 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 boom. Every time those hit, the energy bars decrease. And then there she goes again. Do, 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 do. Con hasn't ulted. Then she goes again. Do, 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 do. And then they all lose their value. And then at the end of the match, I get to do a lot of healing to compensate for the misses at the start. And you can see how much I recovered there. I went from like 50 to 25. And that's the power of the healing. Now, which one is actually stronger? It's a good debate. And I don't think either one is always stronger. I think in environments like this, where they have different characters that need to ult, right? Con needs to ult or he has no value. Peter really needs to be doing his ultimate to be threatening the backline. But Hippolyta, I've been running her for a long time. She struggles versus hybrids and Alex teams because, well, Alex doesn't gain any energy, right? We know this. He doesn't gain energy. His artifact makes him so he doesn't have that problem. So he naturally counters Hippolyta. Also, Alex can be swapped to something that looks like this. And now Alex is a threat to frontline carries. So now Alex can threaten frontline carries where Hippolyta cannot. She is more of a general random. Also, Alex has a consistent factor. He's going to do almost exactly the same thing every single fight, and it just depends on his proc rate. Where Hippolyta is very much relying on crit rate. I had the Destroyer stance, I had crit rate. She's also completely random on the Flaming Smite. If you 7 times hit the Con every time, you're gonna win every time because he can't ult and you're dealing damage to their carry. But if it's random or it's going on the tanks, she could really fall flat. So she has serious counters, but so does Alex. Neither are perfect. You have to figure out your perfect scenario. Which one is cheaper and easier to build? It's Hippolyta. Which one is stronger versus frontline? It's Alex. Which one is stronger in general? In this test, Hippolyta felt a little bit stronger. But who finished them faster? Alex definitely statistically finished them faster. All that being said, the game has tons of variations, tons and tons of options, skill choices, and compositions. It's up for you guys to determine what you find better for yourself and what's better for the meta, right? We're in a mage meta. I think Hippolyta is actually a little bit better in a mage meta because if she can ult the mages in the backline, you're going to get so much more value out of that. But if you guys like these kind of videos where I'm testing and a little bit more on the low, medium, free-to-play side, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.